So first, let's talk about why high dopaminergic activities unrelated to porn make it easier to go back. I used to know someone, let's just call him Josh. He could not quit for years. Every Monday was his last time. And then by Thursday night, he once again told himself, I'll never go back. It was a never-ending cycle. And he thought porn was the problem until he realized it was just the next stop he was leading himself down. So to give you some context, he woke up, slammed caffeine to get the day started. He'd scroll Instagram, TikTok, Facebook all day at work. He'd drink an energy drink midday to keep him alive. And then at work, he'd have a cigarette and some drinks to unwind. Does that sound familiar? And not just that, he'd check his phone hundreds of times a day. It was kind of like a dopamine slot machine. He'd pull it, refresh your feed, get a new prize. He didn't even realize he was pulling that same trigger hundreds of times per day, getting those huge spikes of dopamine every single time right into the brain. So when he tried to take away such a stimulating experience like porn, it felt impossible. He wasn't feeling better. If anything, he was feeling a little bit worse. He was feeling restless, bored, a little bit irritable. And then he would tell himself, see, I need this. And while that feeling is normal, when we're going through recovery, it's normal to have that feeling because you're human and your brain is just rewiring. What made it even worse was the baseline of his dopamine was blown way out of proportion. After so much scrolling, sugar, alcohol, constant notifications, normal balanced life felt boring. So when stress hit, his body didn't want to resolve it the boring way. It wanted to go the easy route of social media, substances, porn. And whenever your brain is feeling low, your brain is looking for the highest spike. So adult content seems like the easiest path. But one of my mentors said to me, porn isn't the first domino. Intensity seeks intensity. So as long as you're marinating in these micro hits all day, your brain wants a mega hit at night. So how do we fix this? Someone who I take huge inspiration from, Chase Hughes, came up with this concept of a dopamine map. So get a piece of paper right now, write two circles side by side. One titled low dopamine and the other good dopamine. So serotonin, oxytocin. On the left, write all of the bad ways that you get dopamine. Drugs, social media, porn, alcohol, gambling. Maybe all the habits you don't want to pass on to your kids. And on the right, put the good sources. Family, walking, working on your goals, spending time with pets, reading, working on your hobbies. And now that you see the different ways that you spend your time doing, start replacing these bad ways and start plugging in the good ways. And only get happiness, only get that good feeling from good sources. And quick warning, in the beginning, these good sources, they're not gonna hit as hard as these quick hits used to. But remember, it doesn't mean it's zero. It just means it's slower and it's so much healthier. And it leads you away from adult content in the long term. Any questions, feel free to ask me on the training calls. But one last tactful thing is called a dopamine reset. So what this means is doing nothing tactfully. So let me explain. We're so used to life moving forward fast. We never get the time to really just slow down, be quiet, and focus. So start for 5 minutes. No noise that you can control. No podcast, no music, no electronics near you. Just you and your thoughts for 5 minutes. And in the beginning, it's going to be a little bit difficult to just sit there with your thoughts, but then you'll be able to do it for 6 minutes, 8 minutes, and work your way up to 10 minutes of silence. Start slowing down your mind and giving yourself these kind of dopamine detoxes to get used to not needing these huge spikes. So there it is. Control your base levels of dopamine so porn doesn't run the show. Slow it all down by using the dopamine map and trade the bad ways with the healthy ways. Just like going on a diet, you're still eating food, but it's just the quality and the kind of food that you're eating is different. And one last thing, practice dopamine resetting. Remove all distractions tactfully, do nothing, start off with 5 minutes, and once it's done, don't just purge on social media. Do something healthy. Any questions or comments, bring them to the training call.